tonight's NPLWVIC clash between Brunswick Juventus and Alamein FC. Reminder, Football Victoria Code of Conduct rules apply.
Hello and welcome to Football Victoria's coverage of this NPLW Victoria clash between Brunswick Juventus and Alamein. On paper, of course, Alamein do come into this game favourites. They're currently sitting on 6th with 7 wins and 8 losses, a real barometer team for the rest of this competition. They'll punish you when you're not on, and, well, they're vulnerable when you are. Of course, Brunswick Juventus, with so much to play for, still only 2 points clear of Bentley Greens in the relegation zone. Anything they can get out of this game will be a huge, huge bonus. We'll take you through the starting lineups for both sides now. For Brunswick Juventus at the home side, number 1, their goalkeeper, Sienna Gidari. Number 3, Josie Lonsdale. Number 7, Karina Tolios. Number 8, their captain, Cindy Lay. Number 10, Alyssa Smith. Number 13, Sarah Danucci. Number 14, Anastasia Rammel. Number 15, Sarah Kane. Number 16, Rosie Wild. Number 21, Nicole Cooper. And number 23, Natalie Che. On the bench for Brunswick Juventus is number 2, Isabella Sangis. Number 6, Catherine Fort Otto. Number 17, Vanessa Mazaraki. Number 18, Sophie Papalia. Number 19, Sion Guresu. And number 24, another keeper, Maggie Byrne. They're coached, of course, by Josip Loncharic. For the visiting Alamein, they line up as follows. Number 1, Taylor Murphy. Number 3, Molly Burke. Number 4, their captain, Sydney Allen. Number 5, Catherine Renahan. Number 7, Savannah Anastasopoulos. Number 9, Emma Runnels. Number 10, Ruby Walsh. Number 15, Kristen Malloy. Number 23, Rebecca Saber. Number 54, Harriet Lowry. Number 55, Matilda Lowry. On the bench for Alamein today is number 6, Theodora Wilson. Number 20, Mila Ralph. Number 35, Erin Prince. Number 38, Daniela DePetta. Number 66, Priya Archdeacon. And number 100, their backup goalkeeper, Kate Bean. They are coached by Liam Cathcart-Sweeney. Well, the central official today, Angelique Manguillon, just getting ready to get us underway. Having a quick look at the watch and a quick look around, making sure that everything is in order on both benches. And we are underway on CB Smith Reserve. It's Brunswick Juventus getting us started in their home black and white kit. And Alamein opposing them in their red kit with that navy blue stripe. Of course, for Brunswick, it is a huge, huge clash. Any points that they can attain to get them out of that relegation zone will be well and truly welcomed. Although that pass out from the back from goalkeeper Sienna Gidari almost intercepted by Anastasopoulos, which wouldn't have been a good start at all. Of course, they're currently sitting in 10th, 2 points clear of Bentley Greens in 11th, 4 points away from Calder United, who currently sit at the bottom of the table on 12th. And still plenty of games to make anything happen at that part of the table. As they look to advance the ball forward, but it's intercepted well in midfield, and Sydney Allen drops deep to collect. It'll be played out wide, an overlapping run from Harriet Lowry. Lowry look to whip it in central, taps back to Allen, but it's intercepted well by Rosie Wild, who then loses out immediately in midfield. And for Alamein's part, they're well clear of the relegation zone. They're 9 points away from the top 4 as well, so they'll certainly still be holding on to that, be gunning for those top 4 spots, but in a sneaky sort of way, it could be the sort of game that Brunswick Juventus, while on paper they are certainly underdogs, could find a way to get something out of. It's a team maybe with less to play for, although again there is still plenty of the season to go. As that ball brought forward, Cindy Lay couldn't quite get it under control before it's cleared away by the defence of Alamein. It'll come up this far side instead. A good run from Sarah Kane. She'll turn back to Alyssa Smith. Alyssa Smith, clever work to get past the defence. Smith, well, couldn't get a ball in, but was fouled in the process, dragged back, according to the referee. So Brunswick will have a fantastic early set-piece opportunity. That is just what they wanted to get themselves into this game. Looks like Karina Tolios will be the player to take. Options are plenty in the middle if she can find them. Ball delivered in dangerously. It's punched away by the keeper. Kane will drop back and try and deliver, but heaved away by Alamein. And now intercepted Sabre. Got Anastasopoulos and Allen in front of her. She'll find Allen. Numbers getting back for Brunswick. Sydney Allen goes one way, shoots from the edge of the area, a tricky one. Looked for just a moment like it might sneak in at that near post. It was well covered in the end by Sienna Gazzari, and it'll go out for our first corner of this afternoon. Sydney Allen, who won the corner, will be the player to take. It's a big out for Alamein today. Ashley Lefebvre unavailable. She's usually so reliable, running up and down the flank, creating opportunities. Not in the team sheet today. Here's Allen delivering a corner. Punched away by Gazzari. It'll come back out to Allen for a second bite at it. She'll launch it back in again from where it came. Late, trying to get it away. Claims for handball. And given. Emma Runnels just got her arm in a position that left herself vulnerable to a handball, and it was the case. Brunswick trying to play out from the back. A heavy touch. It's dealt with well, though. Comes all the way out to Natalie Che. Imagine this midfield battle will be a big part of where the game is won and lost today. Who can command the centre of the park? There's a good touch from Sarah Kane. Of course, 3 seasons at Perth Glory, was at Melbourne City before that, so A-League women's experience in Brunswick's midfield. Anastasia Rammel battling for that ball, but it's Alamein who come away with it. Well, that pass not where it aimed to be. Brunswick will win possession again via this throw. Both teams, of course, will have to be careful to not leave themselves too vulnerable in these transition moments. It's a common saying in Australian football, sometimes you don't want to be the team with the ball. Here goes late. Can't get it past midfield. Anastasopoulos dropping deep. But so is Karina Tolios, who wins the ball. Danucci. Up the line, searching for Rammel. Rammel's touch took it away from her, though, and it'll be cleared out into touch. Alamein win the ball from the throat. Trying to play it up the line. That pace of Anastasopoulos is going to be a handful for Brunswick to deal with today. It's dealt with well that time, though. Natalie Che. Wide to Tolios. Tolios delivering a ball in comfortably. In the end, into the gloves of Taylor Murphy. It's a clever little run in behind from Nicole Cooper, who's scored 9 goals so far this season. Sydney Allen will lay it off to Lowry. And now a chance on the counter. Long ball launched forward for Nicole Cooper. Can she get there ahead of the defence? It's dealt with by Kristen Malloy. I imagine we'll see a fair bit of that this afternoon. Nicole Cooper will be the player who's sitting on the shoulder of the last defender. And in those transition moments again, she'll be the player that Brunswick Juventus will look for. Here's Rebecca Saber trying to run onto this ball. Defended by Rosie Wild. She's tried to get it up the line. Couldn't get there though, and well, that ball couldn't find Anastasopoulos. Rebecca Saber currently 4th in the Golden Boot race with 12 goals so far this season, the 32-year-old. And you've got her, Sydney Allen, and then the pace of Anastasopoulos up the top. Can be a dangerous front three combination. Some appeals for handball in the box. The arm was very, very much by the side of Sarah Kane as it ricocheted off her and came out for an Alamein throw. Allen and Anastasopoulos overlapping. Cross in, Saber. Well, trying to find the feet of Allen instead. It'll be Molly Burke who plays it out wide, a shot from the edge of the area, and Gizari, safe hands in the end. It's not the easiest 6-yard box for the goalkeepers to contend with. Both ends of the pitch are a little bit muddy on that side. So while it certainly does affect general play, it makes it very challenging for goalkeepers because you're worried about your footing, you're worried about the ball careening off in strange directions. Gizari dealt with it well that time. Nice idea, Lowry. Playing it to her twin and then out of play. It's Matilda Lowry in the number 55 shirt who's just playing a little bit deeper. Twin Harriet just ahead of her. And Cindy Lay, well, was brought to ground, but play on, says the referee. Kane tried to find the feet of Smith, but it was good defence in the end from Alamein again. This could fall for Cooper. It's cleared away though. Again by Malloy. Seems to be the player tasked with keeping Nicole Cooper quiet. Cooper dropping deep this time. A good idea. Players just a little bit out of sync, so Alamein win the throw again. It's interesting to see the pressing shape of Alamein here. That front three almost outnumbering Brunswick Juventus, and yes, Tolios has had to drop deep to try to create an overload of numbers. In trouble there for a moment with Gizari. Almost turned out okay. The thing is with a press like that, if you can beat it, you'll have space in midfield, but it was quite a high press from Alamein there. That is something that could definitely come into play as the game goes on. Cindy Lay. Out wide, Tolios. Karina Tolios squares it. It was left cleverly but no one was making the run at the back post to really take advantage. Now it's Sabre, Allen, that combination so dangerous. And Anastasopoulos against Che. Che goes to ground and Anastasopoulos still on the ball. She'll drive towards the penalty area. Che recovered well. So Alamein with the opportunity to recycle possession. Ball delivered in from deep this time. Headed away and Sabre can't get there ahead of late. It'll just be launched forward. Nicole Cooper will be the player to pick it up. She's got space in front of her and she'll drive into it as well. Oh, beautiful ball in behind, but the offside flag raised against Anastasia Rammel. It was good goalkeeping in any case from Taylor Murphy to come out and meet it. But what a fantastic reverse pass from Nicole Cooper. Great run from Rammel, just a little bit offside. Again, that is what we'll see a lot of from Brunswick Juventus today. Here come Alamein. Searching for Sabre. Rebecca Sabre gets there. And wins the corner as well. Great work from Sabre. Gave a wry smile to her captain, Sydney Allen, as she ran past to set up to take the corner. Sydney Allen, one arm in the air, she'll deliver. Dangerous, floating. Great grab by Sienna Gazzari. 22-year-old, formerly of Box Hill, of Bulleen, of the NTC as well. Again, very challenging conditions for both goalkeepers. And CB Smith Reserve. This pitch played on by a lot of teams. It's wintry, typically been a little bit rainy in Melbourne over the past few days as well. Che's throw. And again, Brunswick Juventus losing out. Neither team really at the moment with a grasp on the game. It's been a very even contest so far. No real clear-cut opportunities. That run from Rammel earlier was probably the closest that either side has gotten, although was denied by the offside flag, of course. A few set pieces here and there as well. Really, you get the sense that goals, as they always are going to be a real golden currency this afternoon. Rosie Wild finding some space in midfield before it's cleared away by Alamein. Sabre following through, and a miss kick from Danucci. Almost allowed Sabre in behind, but it's cleared eventually by Gazzari. That's an example of the conditions that we're playing in this afternoon. Maybe a little bit of inconsistent bounce out there. Sabre tried the long-range effort. Shot was blocked. Cindy Lay now wins a foul. She take this quickly. She's declined to do so. Players from both teams will set up in Alamain's half instead. Firmly struck free kick. You can see the idea. It's just come out back to Alamain. Long ball forward. Sabre unable to win it. Brunswick will just keep possession for a little bit. Well, Emma Runnels on her follow through will appeal for the foul. It's not given. Look to swing a leg at it as she came through. Anastasopoulos. Well, again, this game just meandering a little bit at the moment. Both teams still feeling each other out. Both teams still trying to go for that miracle ball. It might come out to the advantage of Brunswick Juventus now. Nicole Cooper. Can't get it through the Alamein defence. And then every time they do win the ball back, you have the likes of Sabre up top, ready to take advantage straight away. On that occasion, much to the dismay of the Alamein fans in the crowd, it was called back for a foul. But you can see the game plan from both sides. For Brunswick Juventus, it's Nicole Cooper who's the real outlet. Anastasia Rammel up there as well, waiting for the balls when Cooper drops deep. For Alamein, it's Anastasopoulos at the very point of the attack. Rebecca Sabre as well involved. And then Sydney Allen as the extra outlet. Here's Cooper trying to get around the Alamein defence, can't do so. Here's an example of it. Sabre ahead of Allen. Rebecca Sabre will try to get on the end of it. She wins the ball. Can she get a ball in? It's well defended by Rosie Wild to see it out for a goal kick. Lonsdale back to Gitari. Lonsdale again. Struggling to play out from the back here. Brunswick Juventus. Allen, the player on the ball. Nice idea. Anastasopoulos wins the ball in the penalty area. Back to Allen. Well defended by Wild again. Sydney Allen is really the last player you want picking up the ball in those dangerous areas. There's another attempted ball in behind from Ruby Walsh. It's picked up by Lay now for Brunswick. Cindy Lay twisting, turning, trying to get away. In the end, will win the throw. Lonsdale up to Cooper. Cooper switching play. Good ball. Finding the outlet on that far side of Sarah Danucci. Smith. And ball up the line, can only find an Alamein shirt. It'll go out for an Alamein throw. Sarah Kane trying to pull the strings in midfield. Laid off for Tolios. Overlapping run from Che. Wins out in the end, takes a shot from distance. Straight into the gloves of Taylor Murphy. Well, clever from Brunswick Juventus. That's some good football, that interplay between Kane and Lay. And then Tolios. Oh no, and a fall from Wild almost opened the door for Sabre. And then Sabre herself slipped over. His treacherous footing out there this afternoon. It really does make a difference on the type of football that you can play. Can still do some inventive back heels, as Tolios just showed. On occasion, not quite hitting the target. Allen. Lovely ball over the top. Molly Burke was the player who was trying to run onto it, couldn't do so. Ruby Walsh will be the player to run over and look to take the throw. Sabre gets away from one, looks to hook in a ball, cleared away only as far as another Alamein player though. This time the ball attempted to be delivered in, second time. Comes off Kane and Lay will immediately look up for Rammel. Rammel not able to keep it under control. Harriet Lowry. Anastasopoulos, the player who can't control at that time. Lay. You can see Cindy Lay's experience, the way that she uses her body in those situations to fend off players and ensure that her side is able to keep possession. The 29-year-old, several seasons in the A-League Women's back in the day between 2012 and 2016 for Melbourne Victory. Over 100 appearances in the NPL as well. Battled with quite a few injuries, Lay, but you can see, again, just that experience, that game sense and awareness that she has. Appeals for handball not given. Referee ruling that the arm of Emma Runnels was in a natural position, even though it did appear to hit the arm. If it's in a natural position, then it's not a handball legally. Something that referees have focused on a lot when it comes to handballs this season as well. I'm not sure that the assistant referee, Tina Zafropoulos, got that one right. It did look like it should have gone the way of Brunswick Juventus, but here go Alamein. Molly Burke has the ball taken away from her in the end, and a goal kick awarded that time. Well, now it's Alamein who have the cause to be aggrieved. They believe that the foul on Molly Burke on the way through should have been called back, given that the advantage was originally played and then not necessarily taken. But anyway, play continues. Alamein will win themselves a throw in an advantageous position, so we're back to almost where we started a minute or so ago. Walsh looking for Sabre. Went over both Sabre and Lay. It'll come back out to Lowry. And now Sarah Kane with room to run into. Kane, she's got options ahead of her. She'll look to find Rammel. Anastasia Rammel can't get there. Ahead of Taylor Murphy. Well, she put everything into that Rammel. Murphy not very happy about it, but was certainly had eyes for the ball only. Now Cooper heading it on again, trying to search for Rammel this time. Much more comfortable for Murphy, although her ball out wide instead of finding a teammate goes out of play. Cooper trying to find space here at Brunswick Juventus. Ball delivered in and a potential penalty is given. A shove in the back, a yellow card as well. Well, it was Cindy Lay who was the player who went down. Alamein are absolutely livid. I believe it was Kristen Malloy who was the player guilty of the contact. But regardless, it will be Nicole Cooper with an opportunity to give Brunswick Juventus the lead. A huge, huge moment in the context of this fixture and indeed in the context of Brunswick Juventus' season. Taylor Murphy, the player that Cooper has to beat. Nicole Cooper to give Brunswick the lead. Makes absolutely no mistake. Hammers it into the bottom corner. And it's Brunswick Juventus who pull themselves, as it stands, well and truly out of the relegation dogfight. That could be a massive moment if the game stays as it is. And of course, Alamein will be desperate to get back into this game. They'll feel aggrieved. They don't feel like there was enough contact on Cindy Lay to merit the penalty. They've probably had the better of the play up until that point. That was a fantastic penalty from Nicole Cooper. Unsavable. I wonder how that might change the complexion of this game. Sabre trying to put it into the middle. It's headed away towards Lonsdale. Has space in front of her and will take it. Lonsdale ball forward to Rammel, who tried to play it around the corner to Cooper, couldn't do so. So it's Alamein again that will try and take advantage. Molly Burke. Walsh. Delivered in, trying to find Sabre again. We know how deadly Rebecca Sabre can be this season. 12 goals. She's the obvious outlet for Alamein. Cooper dropping deep to play to Kane. And Sarah Kane, well, she puts her arm up in frustration. Not sure who that ball was to because Cooper had dropped so deep. Now forward, Lay. Now looking for the run of Cooper once more. Well, a challenging mistake from the keeper. A fantastic block from Lowry. Alyssa Smith was the player who had the shot. Taylor Murphy had just misjudged that ball. She thought she could come out and grab it. She couldn't. It was just outside the penalty area. The result of the ricochet came out so nicely to Smith. But a wonderful block from Lowry, a goal saver really, preventing Alamein from going 2 goals down. Well, suddenly, when this game was meandering earlier, there's a little bit of feeling emerging at CB Smith Reserve. Cindy Lay. Tolios. Shea. Forced to go back. Lonsdale will take the space in front of her, but then Lay saved her side from an on-rushing Molly Burke that would have caused them all sorts of issues. Cooper loses out, but then wins the ball again. Cooper. Ball over the top, cleared away by Ruby Walsh. Lay. And now Allen, who's the player in space. She's being shut down by Sarah Kane. But still, Sydney Allen goes on. Rebecca Sabre on the edge of the area. She's inside now. Sabre inches away from the boot of Anastasopoulos. Wonderful work from Sabre to get away from the defender and whip the ball in. Anastasopoulos just had to get a boot on it to help it on its way. It only just evaded her. And that's another huge moment in this half, potentially in this game. Probably the clearest cut chance that Alamein have had in this half. Of course, they've been putting on plenty of pressure with set pieces, that interplay with Sydney Allen and Rebecca Sabre. Cooper picks up the ball in midfield, goes to Lay immediately. The overlapping run of Tolios. Lay's pass couldn't quite reach her. Still Cindy Lay. Back to Tolios. Karina Tolios unleashes. You can see the idea. He's trying to curl it into the top corner. In the end, Rammel has come and collected it. Back to Sarah Kane. Loses out to Allen. And Sydney Allen trying to play it up the line, couldn't do so. And Smith, who was pressured in midfield and lost out, come back to try and retrieve, and that challenge, well, might have resulted in an injury here. I'm not sure what the referee has ruled in terms of the legality of the challenge. Didn't seem to motion for a foul or anything of that nature. At first glance, she might have won the ball, but it was quite a uncontrolled challenge, even if she had won the ball. Sarah Danucci, the player who was down. Back up on her feet now. So the referee having a quick discussion. And it'll come back for the foul. But nothing else at this stage. And we play on from the free kick. Brunswick trying to play out from the back. They'll go long instead. Rammel. It's been good, Rammel, only her second senior appearance for Brunswick Juventus this season. Been a real threat on that side, a real outlet for the good work that the midfield's done. So another Brunswick set piece. I believe it is Rammel who's the player who's standing over it. She'll launch it long. Cooper couldn't get there. And now an opportunity in transition. Allen. Anastasopoulos and Sabre in front of it. Still going Sydney Allen. Well blocked away by Josie Lonsdale. The 19 years of age Lonsdale, a Geelong Galaxy junior, was an FV emerging last season. Come into the team to start today, has done okay. It's always going to be challenging against the experience of Sabre and Allen. And still a clean sheet for Brunswick Juventus, and at this stage, that is all that really matters. Got to make sure to just keep that frustration in check here, Alamein, though. Feeling very disappointed about the penalty that was conceded and a few other 50-50s just going against them. They're making their feelings known in these situations. Sometimes it can spur you on. Sometimes it can aid you in that quest for the equaliser, but at other times you can just lose your composure, lose your patterns of play a little bit. You've got to be careful that you don't do that. Nicole Cooper, if there was a rosette on that side, would have cleared that ball straight into it. Bit of no-nonsense defending from Brunswick as we approach the latter stages of this first half. The long ball over the top should be comfortably dealt with by Alamein. Again, both sides playing out from the back on this pitch in these conditions. It's always going to be a challenge. Here's Allen. Sydney Allen, the ball was cut out. She'll have another opportunity though on the edge of the area. Dancing Allen shoots! And Sydney Allen gets the equaliser for Alamein. The guile of the American wins out in the end. And just before half-time, the scores are locked at 1 goal apiece. Well, that's a fantastic individual goal from Alamain's captain, her 8th of the season. Just refused to have the ball taken off her. The ball that she tried to play was blocked, came back to her. And Sydney Allen in those sorts of positions, very, very dangerous. Here's Brunswick looking to hit straight back. Nicole Cooper. Cindy Lay. Can't get it to its teammate. It'll come out instead to Che. Tolios. Cindy Lay. Sarah Kane now. Acres of space in midfield. She'll line up for the shot. It was always going wide. Maybe a little bit too far out for that idea. You could see the idea though. No one really shutting her down in that midfield space. Headed forward, late. Almost winning out again. Interesting to see Cindy Lay pushed a little bit further forward than normal. Maybe just a little 5-minute tactic before halftime. My coach, Josip Lancharic. Brunswick's throw deep in their half. Lovely ball over the top to find Solios. Karina Solios. Well defended in the end. Still going though, Tolios. Great work to get around. She'll put a ball in and wins the corner. A great save in the end from Taylor Murphy. To hit the target on that angle is no mean feat from Solios. Already scored 2 goals this season. The 20-year-old was looking to make it her third. Let's see what Brunswick can do from this corner. Rammel's coming short to be an option. Want to take it herself, in fact. It'll be a left-footed corner, in-swinger. Well delivered in. Didn't have the height or the power really to challenge Alamain's defence. Sarah Kane. Can either side create one more opportunity before the break? The ball couldn't get over the top. Be headed away back into the midfield mix. Lowry. An attempted switch of play, but Che wins it. Lay. Oh, nice work from Kane to Brunswick Juventus' advantage. Here's Che again, trying to switch it out wide, couldn't do so. Good challenge from Wild to ensure that that counter-attack couldn't progress any further. Here's Rammel, trying to release Lay. Just cleared away by Alamain's defence. So that's half-time at CB Smith Reserve. It's been an interesting game. Both sides have had periods on top. Brunswick Juventus, they opened the scoring through a penalty. Nicole Cooper, her 10th goal of the season from the penalty spot, gave them the lead. But then Alamein managed to find a way to equalise through their captain, Sydney Allen. A fantastic individual goal. Well, anything can still happen in this clash. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a short break. Half-time at CB Smith Reserve. It's Brunswick Juventus 1, Alamain 1. Welcome back to CB Smith Reserve, where the scores are currently locked 1-1 between Brunswick Juventus and Alamein. Been a fascinating first 45 minutes of action so far. Brunswick Juventus scoring first, a penalty to Nicole Cooper, and then Alamein hitting back their captain Sydney Allen, scoring her 8th goal of the season. A fantastic individual goal that equalised the game just before the half-time break. There's been some consternation in the stands over the penalty that was awarded to Brunswick Juventus. It was Ruby Walsh, the Alamein player, who was guilty of contact on Cindy Lay, Brunswick's captain. And well, I'll leave it to you folks at home to determine whether you think that that was a penalty or whether that was perhaps Cindy Lay making the most out of the contact. Could go either way, could be a little bit of both, to be honest. The Alamein fans here in the stands certainly of the opinion that there wasn't enough contact. And of course, the only opinion that matters is the referee's, Angelique Manguion, and she is getting ready to get the action going once more. It's Alamein who'll kick us off, the away team in their red kit this afternoon. And Sydney Allen, well, a rehearsed kick-off chance from Alamein. You can see the grins on the faces of Allen and also Ruby Walsh, who the ball came to. I think that the intention was that Ruby Walsh would play it to Sydney Allen, and then Allen would be able to run through and create an opportunity. Didn't quite come off that way. Certainly is a very evenly poised game in this second stanza. Both teams dangerous in transition. The pitch, of course, playing somewhat of a part as well. It's been a little bit rainy in Melbourne over the past few days. This pitch is very well travelled. It's also the home of Faulkner Soccer Club. They have teams in Women's State League 1 and also Men's Metro Leagues. Here comes Brunswick Juventus striding forward, trying to play it to Cooper, who almost has an opportunity to shoot. She's still on the ball here, Cooper, but eventually it's cleared away. Now, Brunswick Juventus, another opportunity, the overlapping run of Sarah Danucci. The ball taken away from her by Ruby Walsh. And as a result, there will be a goal kick. Taylor Murphy's goal kick, not quite where it was intended. I think the intended target was Ruby Walsh. Danucci instead will win the throw. Molly Burke getting in the way. Cooper trying to hook it into a teammate, can only find the gloves of Murphy. And ball into midfield. It'll come all the way through to Lonsdale. Kidari, her first touch of the half. Cindy Lay will chase that one down and wins a foul as well. Kristen Malloy saying that she won the ball. Even if she did win the ball, she did bring Cindy Lay down with her. Rosie Wild then with the opportunity to whip in a ball for a set piece. Plenty of targets awaiting in the middle. Wild's delivery, well, not quite where she intended it. Maybe he was hoping to catch out Murphy at the near post, but even if that was her intention, it wasn't hitting the target. Cooper heads it on. Lay not able to get there though, too much on it from Cooper. They do seem to have kind of switched roles in this second half, and it was the case towards the end of the first half as well, where originally Lay was sitting a little bit deeper. Now it's her in the front two with Cooper. Rammel has dropped deeper instead in that 10 role. Sabre intercepts. Now it's Alamein in possession. Great footwork, but can't get the ball away. Now Rammel almost running onto it, couldn't do so. Sydney Allen keeping possession. She can be so challenging to get the ball off, Sydney Allen. Now here's Lay. Cindy Lay looking for the oncoming run of Solios. And how about that from Malloy? Just using her body to take the ball away from the on-rushing attacker. Smith wins the ball, and the offside flag will deny Nicole Cooper an opportunity to square the ball in for Rammel. Free kick taken long. One back by Brunswick Juventus, but Malloy gets it back eventually. Now this ball from Runnels to find Sabre. Rebecca Sabre beats one defender, still going, will shoot on her left. And that is why Rebecca Sabre has scored 13 goals this season. A decisive finish. And for the first time in this game, Alamain take the lead. That is a fantastic turn and finish from Rebecca Sabre. It was fantastic work in midfield as well from Emma Runnels, who managed to win the ball and play it through to her attacking teammate. Alamain, they are a side that will punish you if you lapse, if you make an error. They've got the experience all over the park to put those opportunities away. That is another example of it, a stunning strike from the 32-year-old. Depending on what's happening in other games, that brings her up to equal second on the Golden Boot ladder as well. Gabby Holler of Burunzara at the top of that list with 16, but Sabre not far behind. Bit of a tussle between players. In the end, Sabre will try and chase this one down against Rosie Wild. Wild does well. Cindy Lay Malloy being pressured by Cooper. Cooper almost got there as well. It's a sign of how her game has improved this season, the way that she's able to get in behind and put constant pressure on the Alamein defence. Sarah Kane intercepts, tries to play the ball forward to Rammel. Can't find her run. Winning the foul is Rosie Wild. Calls for a yellow as Emma Runnels ran away with the ball there. Not quite yellow card territory just yet. Not quite time-wasting territory just yet for Alamein either. You'd imagine still plenty of this game to go. And I want to score a couple more if they can to make sure of it. I mean, everyone always wants to score a couple more. It's kind of goes without saying. But certainly they won't be shutting up shop anytime just yet. Cooper can't chase that one down. The last time these sides met, back on the 27th of April, this was the final score. It was 2-1 on that day. Nicole Cooper was also the goal scorer for Brunswick Juventus. Rebecca Saber, one of the goal scorers for Alamein. And Dani Zapesa, who is an option on the bench today for Alamein, was the scorer of the other goal. So far, a lot of similarities to that contest. Brunswick Juventus not far off the pace. Any point for them is huge at this point in the season. When they took the lead early on in this game, it would have put them an additional 3 points away from the relegation zone. They remain only 2 as it stands, as we see a substitution for Brunswick Juventus. Sophie Papalia coming onto the pitch. She replaces Anastasia Rammel. A mid-season signing from Heidelberg is Papalia, the 24-year-old. She's scored 2 goals so far this season for Brunswick Juventus. She scored 3 earlier for the Burgers. So she does know how to find the back of the net. Could she be the player that makes the difference for Brunswick? Danucci, challenging ball in, is headed away. She'll put pressure on Allen and will win the ball back. Danucci. Cindy Lay. Trying to work an opening here, Juventus. And in the end, they'll come out to Saber instead. Rebecca Saber. Sydney Allen, fast break emerging. She can look to switch play instead. She'll go up to Molly Burke. Brunswick players streaming back now. The advantage of that quick break now lost. Still on the ball though. Maori just running into trouble, getting the ball back, so Tolios has space to move. Cooper. Nice work to play it around the corner for Che, but the return ball for Cooper, too much on it. Alamein still yet to turn to their bench. I wonder how they might play the remainder of this second half. A goal to the good. Again, it seems unlikely that there'll be any parking of any buses or any kind of vehicles really. Just a matter of continuing to play the way that they're playing. The emphasis very much on Brunswick Juventus to try and get this goal back. Here's Alamein with the set piece. Dangerous delivery. It's gone all the way through. And in the end, Rosie Wild was the player who saw it out of play. And Sienna Gazzari not very happy with her defence. Had any Alamein player really gotten a touch on that, it was an incredibly dangerous position for the keeper to be in, so you can understand why she might have felt slightly aggrieved. That's a nice ball from Smith that found Tolios, and now up the outside is Lay, who's gone to ground and will win a free kick in the process. She's been in the wars this afternoon, Cindy Lay. Free kick taken long. Headed away. It's Lay who picks up the ball, goes to ground, as does Lowry. Kane. Now squared, but cleared away by Alamain's defence. Tolios fighting for it. It's taken out of play for an Alamain throw. Touch just getting away from Cooper. She'll have an opportunity to take on her defender 101, but fantastic work from Ruby Walsh ensures that she can go no further. Juventus haven't had too much joy from corners so far in this game. If that all changes here, you'd imagine they'd be quite grateful. Tolios, the player standing over the ball. Delivers in towards the back post. Alamein got a head to it, and now an opportunity to break. Intercepted by Kane, an important interception as well. Sarah Kane now dribbling forward, back out to Tolios. Whip in another ball towards the back stick again. Late, not the tallest player. Not able to win the header. And in the end, it'll go out for an Alamain goal kick. Well, here comes the first substitution Alamain's way. Ruby Walsh will be the player making way. Danny DePetta, who scored last game against Brunswick Juventus, coming onto the pitch. Walsh, of course, received that yellow card for conceding the penalty in the first half, so perhaps that came into the equation for coach Liam Kafka-Sweeney when making the substitution. Zepeda will bring that kind of youthful enthusiasm as well. 19 years of age. Very busy player whenever she's on the pitch. Allen. Here's Sabre. Rebecca Sabre can't get past Rosie Wild. Now Brunswick, these are the moments that they need to capitalise on, those fast transitions That time Alamein smart to it. And the ball's staying in, much to everyone's surprise. So Brunswick Juventus an opportunity to stream forward. Papalia. It's cleared out for a throw. Chance to apply some pressure for Brunswick. Can hear cries of higher, higher. That is where they'll need to be as this game goes on and as they continue to be behind. Launch central, Solios, it's come to her. The bounce just got away from her. She'll still pick up the ball though, forced wide. Will deliver a beautiful ball into the back post. It's headed away well by Malloy. And that shot blocked on the edge of the area. Looked to solidly hit one as well. Here come Alamein on the break. Molly Burke. Happy to keep possession to Allen. Sydney Allen's reverse ball. Trying to find Anastasopoulos. A little bit too much on the ball. Gazari just launching it first time. Cooper will win out here. It's Papalia running onto the ball. Sophie Papalia was trying to play it to Cindy Lay, who couldn't get there. She's a very niggly player, Lay. It's been very effective in this game, mind you. Here goes Burke. Back to Harriet Lowry. And back to Burke, who trying to play it around the corner for Sabre. Will go out of play instead. So we see a second substitution for Brunswick Juventus. It is Lay, their captain, who's leaving the pitch. She gave the captain's armbands to striker Nicole Cooper. And coming on in her place, Vanessa Mazaraki. Her debut for Brunswick Juventus' senior side this season. Getting a warm round of applause as she makes her way onto the pitch, the 19-year-old. Made 3 appearances for Calder last season. This is the first time that she's come out in a Brunswick Juventus shirt at NPL level. So that ball's cleared away by Josie Lonsdale. Sydney Allen, as she has done throughout the game, will be the player to take the corner. And deliver it towards the back post. A header! A wonderful header! Alamain extend their lead. It's Emma Runnels with her 4th goal of the season. And it is now a mountain to climb for Brunswick Juventus. That is a fantastic header from Runnels. A good corner. Perfectly timed run. Connected with it beautifully. Nothing that Sienna Gazari could do to get to that ball. And now at 3-1, you feel Alamein will be feeling a lot more comfortable with their position. Well, 90 minutes is a long, long time. In the first half, Brunswick Juventus would have been feeling on top of the world, a goal to the good. But now Alamein 2 goals up. They've had the run of the second half, really. Brunswick Juventus have got to make something happen, and soon. Harriet Lowry. Allen heads it on to Runnels. Allen wins the throw. And that's that experience again coming out. No need to overplay in this position. About keeping possession, consolidation. Tolios breaking through for Brunswick. She's got options in midfield. She'll find Kane, whose heavy touch allows Alamein to win the ball, but they get it back. Mazaraki. Her pass intercepted. Still going, Mazaraki. And Anastasopoulos, though, able to get the pass away. Retain possession for the away side. Lowry. It's good pressure from Che. Brunswick Juventus will win the throw as a result. In fact, free kick by the looks. We'll find out in a minute because another substitution for Alamain is incoming. Priya Archdeacon will be the player coming onto the pitch. He replaces Emma Runnels, who just scored that goal. Her 5th appearance of the season. Started the season at Bulleen playing under 17s. Now is making senior appearances for Alamein. And certainly a youngster to watch in the coming years of NPLW Victoria. Sabre. Still going here, Alamein. And Anastasopoulos fighting for the ball. Couldn't get there. Archdeacon getting involved. And that ball over the top. He cleans up well by Malloy. It's always great when a young player comes on the pitch because very often when the reserves are here to watch, they'll be cheering nice and loud whenever that player gets on the ball or is involved in the game. It adds that extra layer of energy at the ground. It's always lovely to see. Archdeacon this time loses out to Sarah Kane. Kane trying to tuck it around the corner to Cooper. Instead, they'll win the throw. Long throw for the box, and he'll come back out. Sarah Danucci. Tolios. Good ball in, and it's scrambled away. But on the second time of asking, it's Natalie J with her first ever goal in the NPLW Victoria. What a time to score it. Brunswick Juventus back in the game. And that is a vital goal to keep her side in the contest. Her 15th appearance this season, her first goal. It was spilled by Taylor Murphy, a challenging one, as mentioned earlier. It is muddy in the 6-yard box for the keepers. It's very challenging to know what to do. And well, that's an interesting one because the ball hadn't gone out. It had been picked up by Harriet Lowry. And so it was a handball in the way of Brunswick Juventus. Always played to the whistle. On the diagonal was searching for Sabre. She almost won the ball back as well, but instead, that ball did find Nicole Cooper, who comes away with it. Cooper takes a shot from distance. It bounces out of the goalkeeper's gloves. And the on-rushing Sophie Papalia couldn't get there on time. And Taylor Murphy at 6s and 7s at the moment. Just needs to take a little bit of a deep breath here. Again, it is challenging conditions. And that came very close to gifting Papalia the third goal of the season. Here they come again, Brunswick. Wind in their sails now. Cooper can't get there, will win the throw. Tolios. The throw-in's beaten everyone. It'll be cleared away by Malloy. And Sydney Allen. She's just a freight train in midfield, Allen. Ball's out to Sabre. This ball doesn't beat Shea. Well, this is an important call here. In the context of the momentum of the game, it'll go Juventus' way. There's the home side with the throw. Still plenty of time for Brunswick Juventus to equalise. Still plenty of time for Alamein to score another goal themselves as well. It's Alamein in possession now. Looking for Sabre. Instead, it'll run out of play. Now here's Papalia. She's got no support though, Papalia. She's going to run into trouble. She'll still keep going, try and win back the ball. Throw in probably a good result in the circumstances. There's no other white and black stripes around her. Brunswick will keep possession. And now launched into the box, another dangerous one. Taylor Murphy this time able to gather. And perhaps an injury has occurred in back play. Well, she's okay to get up. There was no suggestion really of a foul or another main player having touched her. Maybe again just falling over in that mud. In the 6-yard box was Tolios. Good work from Zapeta to shepherd the ball out of play, out of the clutches of Papalia. Good turn from Lonsdale. Alamain win the throw though. minutes after each goal, there really is this injection of energy, of life into the game. It's settled back down again after Brunswick's second. But the home side have got to find a way to harness that energy again. They can't let Alamein score a fourth. It would surely spell the end if they were to do so. Again, in the state of play of the ladder, any point is valuable for Brunswick Juventus. But Rebecca Saber and Alamein don't want to give up these three as it stands. Sydney Allen trudging over to take the corner. Allen cleared away at the front post by Lonsdale. Cooper, good touch. Looking for a teammate. The pass back, well, two hands on her head suggested what she thought about that pass. Just gives it away again, this time to the centre back, Malloy. Allen. Well, this time Wild just puts a boot through it, clears it into the heels, and it wins them a throw in a good position. Tanucci will come forward to take the throw. Well, a miscommunication there between Smith and Solios. But in the end, again, they win a throw. Need another miscommunication. Alamain believed that there was a non-rushing player. All's well ends well from Alamain's perspective. They'll have the goal kick. Murphy's ball. Intercepted. Alamain able to keep possession though. Solios does well to nip in. Smith getting involved. Solios again. Just a little bit lost for options. Now it becomes about the movement and the system just as much as it is about individual skill. There's that ball over the top for Papalia. Sophie Papalia, can she hook it back inside instead? The ball will almost go out of play. Just teetered on the line for what felt like an eternity. Out instead for a throw-in. A throw-in the way of Alamein. Headed by Burke. Back in by Tanucci and up the line for Alamain. Allen. Nice work to play it to Archdeacon. Saber runs into trouble. Rosie Wild thought she'd gotten away with that, but a foul was committed in the build-up. It'll be interesting to see what Alamain do here. They haven't committed too many numbers forward. It's Renahan. The kick in. To Petter. Allen. Great turn. Sydney Allen, a shot from distance into the gloves of Kizari. Now Sienna Kizari, she'll be as quick as she can here. But great work from Renahan to just calmly kick it away. Now here comes Kane. Sarah Kane forced to check back. She'll find the run of Mazaraki. Cooper. Nicole Cooper. Oh, Papalia was offside, even if the ball had found her. A double substitution now for Brunswick Juventus, perhaps the last roll of the dice. We'll see Isabella Sangis and also Catherine Fort Otto come on the pitch. Josie Lonsdale coming off, as well as Sarah Danucci. So an attempt perhaps to try and get some attacking momentum in these last minutes of the match. Maybe a formation change as well. I'll wait to see that. Foul committed on Burke. Renahan's ball. Well, this suits Alamein, keeping possession, marching up the pitch. They'll be more than happy about this state of affairs. Allen, Sydney Allen, tried to find Sabre, couldn't do so. Again, that combination, they are so lethal. Ball forward. Smith tried to play it forward, couldn't find a teammate. Cooper intercepts that pass, but it just comes out to Archdeacon. And Priya Archdeacon wins the foul as well for her troubles. Again, these little stoppages, these breaks in play, all of this is to Alamain's benefit. Sydney Allen delivers the free kick. It's got to be dealt with here. Tolios will try and stop Sydney Allen, although we know how difficult that is. Good work to just calmly retain possession. Lowry. An attempted little backheel from Burke draws oohs and ahs from the crowd. Harriet Lowry again. Sabre using her body well, but it does come out to Brunswick, who launch it forward. Alamain not having too many issues at the moment, holding on to the ball and just frustrating Brunswick Juventus. That's a lovely turn from Rebecca Sabre. Rosie Wild committing the foul as she tried to stop Sabre from getting away from her. Well, again, a decision here for Ellen, because it probably is within shooting range. And again, if she scores it, it is most likely game over. But you can also take the safe option. You can run it to the corner. There's a few things she can do. She'll go short and look for a teammate. It doesn't come out to them. So Brunswick Juventus, well, it's intercepted by Malloy. So they won't have an opportunity to break. And Anastasopoulos offside. Two more substitutions for Alamein. Mila Ralph coming onto the pitch. She's replacing Savannah Anastasopoulos, who will very slowly make her way off the pitch. It's gamesmanship, experience, match smarts, all of those sorts of things. Erin Prince will also come on, replacing Harriet Lowry. Again, you would imagine very slow jog, Look, it's a cold afternoon, perhaps cramps. It's a long way out to the sideline. It's the excuses the players always make. Oh, we're approaching last chance saloon territory for Brunswick Juventus now. Kane. A second touch. Sees it headed on, and Tolios is there against Depeta. Tolios wins out now. Has she got options to play it to? Smart interception. Sangis up to Tolios again. Tolios, it's deflected out. And a late corner for Brunswick Juventus. We're not quite going to see Sienna Gazzari getting up there, but almost every other player is. Tolios to take the corner. Dangerous towards the back post. Well, Murphy had to get a glove on it. And it'll be hoofed out of play for a Brunswick Juventus throw. Back into the mixer. It'll come out to Cooper. Nicole Cooper hits the frame of goal. Almost a dramatic late equaliser for Cooper. Alamein get away with one. 4 minutes of stoppage time now. 4 minutes for Brunswick Juventus to get that goal. 4 minutes for Alamein to hold on. Be a long goal kick out from Murphy. And here cries of take it wide. And that's a lovely ball up to Allen. Sydney Allen up to Sabre. Two players who have been here before. They know what to do. Sabre running towards the corner. She'll take up every second that she can. She's still kept it in here, Sabre. Takes pity on them in the end, plays it back and the cross comes in. Cooper trying to reach that one. It's Che as well was challenging for it. In the end, it's come out for Depeta, whose ball, well, not a good one. Sabre almost intercepting the ball out though. Cooper again trying to drop deep to beat Matilda Lowry, can't do so. All hands on deck now for Brunswick Juventus and for Alamein in defence. Good ball out wide. Miller-Ralph. 1-2 with Allen. Still going. Miller-Ralph driving into space. She'll take a shot at the near post. And Gazzari able to claim now. Big hoof forward. Great touch from Smith. Jeez. That's one of those you practice at the ends of training. How's your touch? It was pretty good that time. Long diagonal, looking for that corner. Can Papalia get there? She does manage to reel it in, but only into the gloves of Taylor Murphy, who will take all of the legally allowed 6 seconds and then some, most likely, to distribute. Kane. Good interception. Cuts back inside. Sarah Kane to Cooper. Nicole Cooper around the corner and a slip from Alyssa Smith. Well, that's unfortunate because it did feel like something was building there for Brunswick. Natalie Che. Dangerous. Sabre almost getting there. Instead, Mazaraki will keep possession. Up the line by Sangis. Tolios. Back to Sangis. Into midfield for Kane, and almost everything has to be forward now. Rosie Wild, clever. She's got space in front of her to drive into. Wild. And that pass, though, straight up Molly Burke. Keep it in here, Brunswick. Sangis. Cooper. And the ball cleared straight into the stands. And it's ticking away here. Can there be one more chance? Sangus's throw. Cooper claims she was fouled. The ball's come through, though, to Smith, and the call has gone against Brunswick Juventus and against Nicole Cooper. It was a handball as she put her arms out appealing for the foul. The ball came through, hit her on the arm. And the foul was awarded, and she'll get a yellow card as well for her protests. Frustration on the face of the 25-year-old. She scored the penalty. She came so close only minutes ago. And a shot hitting the frame of goal. But it may not be enough to rescue a point. Here they go again, though. Ball forward. Cooper will try and reel it in. Won't be able to do so. You've got to throw everyone forward here for Juventus. Alamein, hold on. Full time at CB Smith Reserve. Well, Brunswick Juventus, they were valiant. They took the early lead. Alamein came out to 3-1, and that late goal from Natalie Che gave Brunswick hope. But in the end, it wasn't quite enough for Juventus. Still out of the relegation zone as it stands, but an opportunity perhaps for an important point just evading their grasp. From Alamain's perspective, it was goals to the usual culprits. Firstly to Sydney Allen, and then in the second half, Rebecca Saber and Emma Runnels. Brunswick Juventus, the goals firstly to Nicole Cooper from the penalty spot, the first goal of the game. And then Natalie Che scoring her first ever NPL goal. It gave them some hope as we approached the final few moments of the second half. Well, as always, it has been a pleasure having your company for Football Victoria's coverage of the NPLW Victoria. My name is Taryn Hedo, and it ends here on CB Smith Reserve. Brunswick Juventus 2, Alamain 3.